Hi, everybody. My name is Ashima Ananda, and I have written a book. It's called Charging Your Chakras, a Practical Guide to Chakra Exploration. And I've also written a companion card deck. It's got some practicalities, some meditation. I talk a lot about the book and the card deck in my on my website, ashimaananda.com, in the description of the video and also in previous videos. So I invite you to take a look. These 5-minute videos, I try to take a little bit of a deep dive into the practices, the practicalities, the proof of the chakra system. And what we're talking about today is access. And this is the fourth point of our of this process that I've developed called NEMA. It's called noticing, embodiment, memorize, access. So what we talked about in the previous 3 videos is that idea that the first one is a noticing. The second one is an embodiment. And if you've listened to the videos, you kind of know that there's quite a bit to both of those steps. The third one is memorization, which, definitely listen to the video if you haven't listened to that one yet, because this one's not going to make much sense. And then access. And this is memorization is your springboard into access. So what do I mean when I say access? Well, one of the things that I noticed about the glimmer practice was you weren't able to direct it yourself. It was sort of like one of those things oh gosh, you should notice this because these glimmers, they're so rare. And I thought to myself, why do they have to be rare? Can't I kind of control this a little bit? And sure enough, you can. So access is almost like a control. It's when you talk about boundaries, and the way I learned it was tapas and spanda. So tapas is the container, and spanda is the elevation of consciousness. And access, I think, really has to do with a strong container. So here you've built this container, right? You've noticed, you've embodied, and you've memorized. You've done the work. You've done the work. So here you are in your beautiful container that you've made. And who shows up? What shows up? But spanda, an elevation of consciousness. So instead of hoping those glimmers happen and gosh, I really wish I knew how to make that happen again. I mean, obviously, you can't make things happen again. We're all moving forward. But I think that the chakra system is there to help guide us into an understanding of what it is to notice, embody, memorize, and access. What is it to access your own glimmer? What is it to find that space and have that same experience, but have it created and authored by you? That's kind of cool. So I was listening to somebody the other day, and they were talking about affirmations, and they were lamenting. I do my affirmations. I do my mantra. I do my yoga. I do all these things, and I am still not seeing results. And I thought, well, that's a lot of doing. That's a lot of doing. What about being? How is it we be? Access is how we be. Like I say, noticing, embodying, memorizing. You've built a container. Accessing is being in that container, allowing spanda, the elevation of consciousness, to rise up in this strong container and build this idea in your head. And then suddenly, circumstances don't have to be there for you to feel good. You choose that. Circumstances don't have to be there for you to feel good. You choose that. Wow. Access is Well, here's what I was thinking about was just then it went through my mind, gaining access. I have a seat at the table. I've gained access to the knowledge I want. I've gained access to the conference table I've always wanted a place at. I've gained access to my noticings, and I can choose to feel what I want to feel any moment of the day. Because why? Because the chakra system supports us. And what is that chakra that I talk about all the time? I am safe. Ooh, that was right on our 5 minutes. That is access. I'm going to dive more deeply into access in the next video because I think this is, if you've done boating, this is where we're going to put in. We're going to put into the stream and we're going to get going because this is really where the flow goes fast. So I invite you, build a NEMA practice, notice, embody, memorize, access, and see what happens. Leave me some comments below. I'd love to hear if you have any experience, or what your experiences are around doing this. And do remember that we have the three prongs, and those I think are the basis of this, right? It is the triangle that makes the chakra practices possible, and that is the practicalities. Study those practicalities, the practices, develop these practices. Use NEMA, use meditation, use whatever you want to use, but develop them, and then write down the proof of them. What do you know after you have practiced? Sending positive energy out to all beings everywhere. Namaste. The light in me recognizes, honors, and loves the light in you.